Man, look at that. The sun's going down. Look at the color on that. These trees. This is my current backyard situation. Look at that lamppost right there. It's just it's right in the middle. This yard square. And then there's an outdoor fireplace. Got the nice, look at these trees. There actually were a lot more trees a few years ago when I moved in here. This is where my brothers were living. I guess the power line company cut down most of the trees because they were a hazard or something. I was kind of upset when not like mad, but I mean, it was like this whole area right here, see where the sky is? That was all trees. It was like a complete encircled forest, like in the middle of the city. And they cut, I understand that they have to because of hazards and power lines and everything, but I mean, I'm not complaining. This is still, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for what it is. I'm not complaining. Man, I wish it had been, I wish those trees were still there. No, this is beautiful. This is perfect. I'm very thankful for it. I need to start sitting out here more. It is downstairs. I'm up there. So I do have to make a little trek to get down here, but it's very nice. Man, I'm very thankful to everybody over the last, I think it's been like, man, it's been almost 2 years, wasn't it? Like December of 2022. I know it was the lowest point in my life that I've ever been. Hold on, let me make sure I'm still recording. Okay, that's the only thing when it's not front facing. I'm not sure if I've accidentally stopped recording. But when my dad died when I was 15, that was obviously, that's the most grief I ever had. But in terms of my own personal low point in like what was in my control, that late 2021 to the middle of 2023 last year in July. So like it was probably like a year and a half. Absolute lowest point of my life ever. And I'm really sorry that I haven't made a video sooner. I was at a low point for a long time, and then I've been doing better. I will just, let me say, like, I know I can get talking and bad. It's like, it'll take as long as it's going to. I know you guys aren't here to be entertained. I'm doing it just to summarize it before I go into more detail. If you're here caring about me, checking on me like many of you have been over the last couple of years, I'm doing completely better. Not physically, really. My legs are still bad. I'm laying in the bed most of the time, but well, make sure I'm still recording. Okay. Spiritually and on the inside, I'm so thankful. I have been just completely miraculously saved from that pit and that continuous moment of hell that I had been stuck in. And I'm very thankful for it. When I started this channel, I know I've said this before, it was, the idea of it was just recording my life, just how cavemen, like the cave paintings we have on walls and stuff. I looked up, I'm in Alabama right now. It's the state I was born in, and then I lived in Arizona 8 years, and now I'm back in Alabama. And I saw the other day the Alabama's official mineral, I think, official rock or mineral is hematite. Is some kind of red, like chalky type rock, and It's a rock that has been used when they analyze super, like, thousands-year-old cave paintings. Some of those cave drawings were with hematite. Just the little stick figures with the buffalo, just like a guy just throwing a spear at a buffalo, you know. And just make sure I'm recording. All right. I haven't done this in a while. But it's like back then with the cave paintings, they weren't doing that to, like, they didn't have like a subscription. They weren't like charging people to come into the cave. It was like, yeah, for a monthly fee, you can come look at my cave paintings. It was just a completely pure, honest form of expression. Just, this is what our life was like. This is what life was like for the people who were alive at this point. They were leaving it. It was a message being sent to whoever, everyone, anyone. They had no idea what was going to come afterwards, but they knew that they wanted to just express it. They just try to share the experience they had with whoever came next. And that's always been the idea with this channel. And when I started it, you know, I just kind of assumed. I never edited any of my videos. I think only one of my videos have I ever made a specific thumbnail, which I just did. I thought it was funny how the video creators are always like doing these bug-eyed, like crazy faces. And so I edited one thumbnail for one of my videos because I thought it was funny, and I made it look like I was mad, but then I wasn't mad in the video. That's what the joke was. And so, you know, I never expected anyone to be, man, look at this, is beautiful. Man, I'm so thankful for this. Look at this, man. That color of the sun going down on the trees, the grass. Let's get some close-ups of the grass. Man. What's that? Look at that. Little spiky thing. Man. I'm being very careful not to stop recording. Man, look at this. Can you imagine if you were this tall? I mean, short. I mean, I guess you would still be some amount tall. It kind of looks more exciting from if you were this short. It would be a larger challenge. Whether that's a good thing or not, controversial. Some people are not into the idea of being 6 inches tall. Oh man, what was I saying? But yeah, that was the point of my channel, and I just kind of figured like I would probably go years and years without anyone ever seeing it. And I was like, well, that's fine, because I didn't care if anyone saw it, because it was just the most simple form of like, well, this is how it was for me, for whoever comes afterward. And the internet right now, for now, is that rock for all of us. And it's the rock in real time. It's like, it's the cave wall, and we're all writing on it. And I don't know if it'll be permanent, you know. It would be nice, like, but it's like if the internet goes down, then that's kind of like going a bad direction, you know, like. And somehow I ended up, and even in the last, it's been like a year and a half since I posted anything, and somehow there are 150 more people. Thank you guys, whoever you are, finding my channel. However, make sure I'm still recording. I'm sorry if that's annoying. I'm just like, I've done that before, where I've sat there and talked for 30 minutes. And then I go to look at it, and it's like, oh, I had canceled it in like the first 30 seconds. Just thank you so much, every single one of you who has interacted with me and talked to me. And I'm sorry. I've responded to some people like in text over the last year and a half. I haven't really been making videos, but I have responded like sporadically to let, if someone's like, hey, I hope you're doing well, and then I'm like, hey, I'm doing much better now, and I feel bad I shouldn't have waited so long to make another video. It's just like it's such a shift, you know, like I was doing so bad, and now I'm so thankful to be alive. Damn, my life isn't any easier physically, but God gave me the grace to have peace with it, and I just had, you know, I was drinking, and I was being selfish. I was feeling sorry for myself, and I just felt so guilty at a certain point in July of last year, just realizing, like, even if I'm laying on this bed, no matter how bad it gets, every time my disease has ever reached a point where it's like, oh, this is worse than I thought it would be, I would always think, well, then this is the bottom, right? Like, this is the worst it'll get, and it's always managed to get even worse. I thought the worst case scenario would be that I was in a wheelchair. Now I'm laying in a bed. It's like it hurts too much to sit up. You know, I know I'm sitting up right now, but after about an hour, you know, 1 or 2 hours of sitting up straight, and I am just squirming. I'm like, oh, I gotta lay down. Oh man, oh, it is so nice out. The temperature too is so nice because, you know, man, Arizona was hot. I know this is like the stereotype to say Arizona is hotter, but it's dry. It's a dry heat. And I know everybody says that, but man, the difference really is like, I mean, there's videos. There's early on in the channel, that backyard. I like this backyard. I'm thankful for it. But I really loved that little square, little pebbles and dirt backyard in Arizona. And the little tree grew up in the corner. I'm glad I got that on video, because it's like in my earlier, I think I started this channel at like in 2019, and I was making videos in the backyard and there was no tree. And then this little tree, just some seed landed at some point in the corner of the yard, and the whole tree grew. And man, I loved that tree. And there was I still love it. It's still there. I checked on Google Satellites recently. There was a picture from April of this year, and it was crazy too, because they took the picture, the satellite picture and the Google Street View picture of my old apartment and the tree in like April, at the exact few-week period where the tree is blooming. It's like 2 or 3 weeks a year where this little broom tree has these like yellow pretty flowers, and the tree's taller now. I was like, man, I could see from the satellite view down into the yard, whoever moved in there, they got a tent set up or something. I was like, man, you know, I'm not envious of them, or like I'm not planning to like take it back or invasion. But man, I was what it was is I was happy they were making the most of it, because man, I know you guys don't. I know you guys aren't like sitting there impatient with me, like, get to the what? I know, it's supposed to be entertaining. Man, I love that tree though. I wish they would update that every day, dude. I keep but anyways though, yeah, I'm doing much better. I really went on a tangent. Man, look at this. Man. There had been a lot more trees up there, but I guess the power company cut it down. Look at that. I think this is kind of cool. You see this is like this big square yard, and it's like mostly empty. And then there's a little fireplace, and then there's just this little lamp post right here, and it's super bright. It's just like right in the middle of the yard, this little lamp post. It reminds me of like Chronicles of Narnia or something. Like, so like, I don't know, like on a cold night. That's where you find Mr. Tumnus right there. But, man, I'm so thankful to be alive. I really am. I'm so thankful to be alive. That's what I was saying. I had just been living selfishly and feeling bad for myself. And I just realized that even if I'm laying in a bed, like, I still have my family and my, you know, just few little, really just one friend from high school that I stay in touch with still. And then my family, and then you guys, people on the internet, social media, you know. I'm just so thankful God saved me from, I was in hell. It was really hell on earth. Like, because what it was, when I started this channel, and I know I'm not going to go over some like minute detail of summarizing my entire life story. I know I've talked about it plenty in older videos, but those of you, anyone who's watched the older videos know, but I mean, being born with this disease in my legs, and then my mom and dad they met in the Gulf War in basic training, and they actually got married. Make sure I'm still filming. They got married on leave from the first Gulf War and had their honeymoon for like 10 days or like 2 weeks. They came back. My mom was in my mom was in Saudi Arabia. My dad was in Iraq. They came back from there, got married, and had their honeymoon on Jekyll Island, and they saw an alligator. That's what I know. They were riding bikes around Jekyll Island, and they saw an alligator. That's what I know about their honeymoon. That's the story I remember them telling me. And then after 10 days or 2 weeks, they went back. They went back to the Middle East, and they both came home. They had all kinds of health problems and sickness, just all kinds. I mean, that's a whole thing. I've talked about that enough on my channel. That's anyone who's interested in that, you know, you can look it up. And not just, to be clear, not just the American veterans. I mean, obviously the Middle Eastern people on the receiving end of everything got it way, way worse, and way, like, more of them died. And so it's just, and my dad's dad was in Vietnam, and he committed suicide right before I was born. And my mom and dad were in the house with him and his wife, my grandmother. My mom was like 7 or 8 months pregnant with me, so I was technically in the house too. And he basically shot himself in front of my dad. And just right before, you know, it's like right just a few months before I came into the world, for my dad to have lost his dad like that. And then I lost him the same way when I was 15 on June 16th, 2008, the day after Father's Day. Lost him the same way. He lost his dad when he was like 29, right before I was born. And then I lost him the same way when I was 15. And his dad was abandoned by his dad. My grandfather was abandoned by my great-grandfather when he was 5 years old, and spent like his entire adulthood, like 30 or 40 years, intricately tracing our genealogy, trying to find his dad. And I found it online. Somehow, my granddad died right a few months before I was born, in the early 90s. And somehow he was in touch with someone. I mean, I guess the internet was around at that point in a very early stage. I don't know if he was like, maybe he was on the internet. But some guy has this really old website with my family history. And I just found, like, a couple months ago, this long writing from my dad's dad that, like, it's like he died before I was born in the early 90s, and some guy must have been in touch with him before that about our family history. And there's all this writing, and I got to read all this writing from my dad's dad in, like, his written voice. And just really crazy, you know. But it's like he did all that. He didn't do that because he was interested in genealogy. I mean, he probably got interested in it as he was doing it, but the goal was to find his dad his whole life. And it's like he gets abandoned at 5 years old trying to find his dad, and then shot himself when my dad was 29, basically in front of, like, just walked into the other room and did it. Then my dad, I lost him the same way, the day after Father's Day, June 16th, 2008. I'm 15. So there's like a pattern of like this closing in, fatherless, fatherless, fatherless. And then, you know, not to mention, like, my mom got breast cancer and our house was destroyed by a tornado in 2011. That's a downside to Alabama compared to Arizona. Arizona does not have tornadoes. And then like a year after that, literally 1 year after that, my mom got breast cancer. And so I was terrified that I was going to lose her too, and that me and my 2 younger brothers, that we were just going to be on our own. Make sure I'm still filming. Oh, it's only been 20 minutes. Man, I'm so thankful to be alive. I really am. But it's like there's just been all of these dominoes. And I know that's not me. I know that's most people in the world. We just have these, it's like, as I got older, I realized, like, just oh, my brother's about to come out, I think. Oh, no, he's not, okay. I just realized, like, how much of, like, my dad and my mom had her own, I'm not trying to get into my entire, like, and then my great-great-grandfather, like, it's just like this trauma through generations and generations, and parents trying to resolve it and trying to, like, do a little better. And I'm just so thankful. I was at my lowest point. That last video that I had made, where I was all crying and talking about, you know, really trying to commit not to ever killing myself. Just on the same path, you know, drinking, depression, just felt so hopeless laying in the bed all day, and just, oh, I got so distracted. The point I was making was, when I started this channel, I was at a very good point in my life. I was at a high point I had never expected, and that I had never tried to get to, because I had all these difficulties and all of this really hard stuff and this bone disease. And, you know, I never expected to get married like I did. I just, without even looking for it, just happened to meet this woman, and we fell in love, and we were together like almost 4 years. And then at that same point, I made all this money all of a sudden with cryptocurrency, and it went to like almost like $2 million at the exact same moment, like right at the end of 2017. Literally, I got married, and then 2 days later, on mine and her honeymoon, my cryptocurrency is at almost $2 million, when it was like just within the last few weeks had popped up to that. It was like this, it was just like all of this stuff just fell into my lap that I had never tried to make happen. I had fully accepted I would never have a romantic relationship or a marriage. I was like, no, my legs are messed up. Who would want that with me? And then it happened, and I never thought I'd have any money, and then all of a sudden. So that's where I was when I started this channel. I was in this like high point that I had just not even tried to get to. And it was easy for me back then to be, you know, positive. I was very positive when not always. I know there's points that I had low points back then too, and, you know, with my pain and stuff, and but I mean, generally though, like, I was just living this kind of like dream life that I fell into my lap without me even trying to get it, and that changed, you know. And my relationship with her ended, and my legs getting worse was like a big part of that, not the only thing, but I mean definitely a big factor. And just the whole reason of like, I had been, when I met her, I was walking around with only one crutch, and I could walk from, you know, around a college campus. I was slower and I was still careful, but walking with only one crutch. And then it was like, within just this few year period, it was like, oh, now I'm on 2 crutches. Now my legs are twisted and crossed. Like, they've crossed now. They're warping gradually. Make sure I'm still filming. And it's like I had all this stuff fall into my lap, and then the crypto stuff had happened out of nowhere. And of course I messed it up, because I was like, I had just like stumbled into it. I didn't know what I was doing, so it came all the way back down. And so I had all this stuff, and then I lost it all. And it was so frustrating, because I hadn't tried to get it. I hadn't seeked it out. I had never tried to get a relationship. I had never tried to make money, really. It just fell into my lap. And I had this what is this? Like, what is this life I'm living? And then when I lost it all, I was just like, man, that sucks. I was really bitter about it. But I'm very thankful God saved me from it. And it's just such a miracle. Nothing changed physically. I'm still, you know, still laying in my bed most of the time. But on the inside, I'm so thankful. Just completely changed my perspective. And I have peace now, and I'm okay with the situation. And 27 minutes. I know I've got like, I remember one of the first videos I made on this channel where I went through and responded to every person individually in person. It was like 3.5 hours or something. And I'm gonna try to keep up and interact with anyone, you know. My ideal situation of interacting with people is not me having a channel and people watching. Like, I wish if someone wanted to talk to me face to face, like, I wish we could just, however many people view this video, like in the next month, a month from now, whatever the views are at, if it's like 100 or 200, ideally I would like we could just all be here in person. Like, I don't want this to just be a one-way thing. Like, I want to talk to people. I'm just very thankful. I'm doing so much better. Thank you so much, everyone who cares about me. It's a really incredible thing to, it's been like 1.5 years since I made a video, and to still have people, some of you coming in and leaving a comment on my most recent video after, and it's like, it's been 6 months, and like, in all of the chaos of the internet and the continuous bombardment of images and stories and all the drama and conflict, and the idea that some of you are in your mind, keeping me in your mind like that, to come and reach out to me like that is incredible. It's miraculous, and I'm so thankful for it. And I'm so thankful, and it's helped me a lot. It's meant a lot. When I talk about God saving me, He did, but that's not, it's like every person who's ever supported me and been there for me, my family. When I was younger, I know I've talked about it before, but I was abusive and I was a tyrant. I was a nasty person. After my dad died, in my late teens and my early 20s, I was horrible and vicious to my family, the closest people, and they weren't like that to me. It wasn't some kind of back and forth. I was just mean to them because I could get away with it, because my legs were messed up. And I knew that it's like, well, I'm disabled. What are you going to do? I had that mentality about people, about like, oh, I can say anything to anyone and be however much nasty to anyone, and they won't do anything because I'm disabled. And like I used it as like a monopoly card of like, most people are decent enough that they would never hurt a disabled person, no matter how much he probably deserves it. I had that mentality back then. And I'm so thankful not to be that person anymore. But every single person, every time in the last year and a half since I made that video, and before, the whole time, every one of you that's reached out to me and talked to me, every little bit helps so much, and it matters. And I'm very thankful for it. I'm very thankful to be in this story with you. There's only one true story, that is the one we're all in, that's going all the way back to, that's a big mystery, and people argue about where did we even come from? And people are like, well, where are we going? Where did we come from? It's like speculation. And I don't have any interest to argue with anyone about it. I'm just glad to be here with you. And this life is a battle, and it's a struggle, and it's survival, the same as it has ever been. I'm not trying to tell you what to believe. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be a teacher or something, or some kind of like guru. I'm not just trying to set myself up like that. I think the world, I got caught in the trap even after having made the videos I was making at the beginning of this channel and on my first channel, and the stuff I would say, I still managed to get caught up in this trap of all these values, and like laying in my bed, and I lost my relationship, and I lost all my money, and just sitting on the social media and seeing all these people like living their lives and like their legs work. They're like people, there's a lot of like happy people on social media, and like, whoa, we're traveling and we got a family, and there's a lot of stuff. If I'm in a mindset to be miserable, there's a lot of people on the other side of what is it? The grass is greener on the other side, man. But look at this grass though. Looks pretty green to me. I've got all the green grass now. Oh no. I mean, I'll share if anybody needs any. Grass is pretty green right here. That is a cool lamppost. But I know I know I ramble and just go on and on. Man, it is nice out. Wait, look at this tree. Hold on. 3330. That's not too bad. Look at this. There's like some white flowers on it. That is nice. I wonder what kind of tree that is. Trying to be careful not to cancel the video. Oh man. Oh, it's cooling off. Man, this is starting to feel really good. Oh my goodness. Man, my hair's gotten pretty long too. I don't remember if it's ever been this long on my channel. I really don't watch my old videos. I've been growing as a person, and although there have been points where I fall back, it's like 2 years ago and a year and a half ago, I was doing much worse than I had been when I started this channel. But yeah, man, I know I look kind of wild, my hair. And I need to drink some water. Hold on, I got some right here. Oh, I got this. I don't know if I've shared this with you guys. This is a very nice water bottle that I got. It's got a lid and everything. Look at this. Lamppost, water bottle, fireplace, trees, grass. All right. Oh man, I'm very thankful for this water and all the grass, trees. Thankful to be here. I know I got sidetracked again. I was talking about the values of the world. No, I mean, but I feel like I said enough to where you get the point. Like, I don't have to fully finish every thought. I'm very thankful to be in this story. That's what I was saying. One story, one true story, the only one that ever has been. 8 billion people. That's it. That's the only group. 1 out of 8 billion. Oh man. My mustache got a lot thicker in since like the last day. It had been so thin, and I don't know if it's from still growing into my early 30s or if it was because I was letting it growing out and then trimming it or something. I wish I had a full beard. Seems pretty clear it's not going to be that now. It's like I have the pattern where there's some skin right here. That's okay though. A couple of years ago, I don't know if I mentioned this already or not. Hold on, am I still filming? Yeah, I am. A couple years ago, back when I was still in Arizona, I had looked up like about the beard, because I was like, man, it's so scraggly looking, and I looked up about like the hair growth stuff that some guys will use it for their beards, and it works for a lot of guys. And I was like, man, I want a full beard. But then I saw that like one little drop will kill a cat. It's like cats are like deathly allergic to the hair regrowth. What is it called? Minoxidil. And I was like, and that put the nail in that. I was like, I'm not risking Tinkerbell's life to fill in my beard, you know. Oh man. You know, it's really nice. I really thank you guys so much. Thank you for being alive and reaching out to me. And you know, I try to be careful, or I have been, you know, more and more trying to be careful not to commit to things or say that I'm going to do something and just do what I'm going to do. But I want to, in this moment, I'm planning to, and I'm wanting to, you know, I'm not saying some specific schedule or whatever with the channel, or, you know, but just to be here, just check in more than it's not hard to beat that when I haven't made a video in like a year. If it was December of 2020, it was like November or December of 2022, right? So it's been almost 2 years. It's been like a year and 8 or 9 months. I know I did make one short video where I was like, kind of like, oh, I was doing a little better, but I know that the shorts don't like show up on the same feed, or I don't know how it works. I don't really watch hardly any of the shorts. What do you guys think about that? I feel like I tried TikTok and the YouTube shorts and stuff, but they're too short. It's like which I guess I should be thankful for, that it's like I'm not hooked on it, but it's like that like 1 or 2 minute format, it's too short for me to. And then watching like a bunch of short videos, I'm way more into the YouTube, like, you know, at least like 10 minutes, you know? And Man, I love the comment sections. This was something, I need to make a whole video about this. My favorite part, because I've been thinking about this recently, my favorite part of the internet is not any specific platform. It's the comment sections on all the platforms. The best part of the internet for me is the experience of being in that conversation, in that collective where it's like something happens, or, you know, not even something happening, like on side, it depends on the platform, but sometimes it's just someone saying something. They're like, you know, here's what I'm saying, and then people come in and they're like, here's my response to that. I love that. Man, if we had the, I mean, I wouldn't trust teleporter technology like Star Trek. Like if they came out with that, you know, in the next 5 years or something, and they're like, yeah, it relocates your molecule to somewhere else, I would be like, okay, I'm not, but the idea of it, you know, very quick travel, like, man, I would just, like, I know I started saying it earlier, but yeah, it's like, ideally, I would like us to be, however many people watch this, whatever the views are in a month, if you leave a comment, you know, ideally, I would have liked to, like, actually be here and like hear, like, look you in the eye and hear your voice and see your facial expressions and your mannerisms and your body language, and that's just something that's, man, I want so much to feel that, you know, to be in a group, like a crowd of people, just in a field on a nice day, just a nice sunny day in a green field. Make sure I'm still filming. However many people it was, it doesn't matter if it's just two, if it's just me and you're the only person, you know, or if it's 10 or 100 or 1,000. But what if there was like a people just in a field and just to talk to each other, and it's not to like an event, it's not to see a singer or a sports game, it's not, and I don't mean as like where I'm the YouTuber that everyone came to see. No, I mean like whatever number of people, if it's 10 or 100 or 1,000 people, it's like just that. 100 people, 1,000 people as equals, just not to get anything, just to be there and talk to each other outside of all the other contexts and all the group dynamics, and like, that would be nice. That's my ideal situation. If I can get a big field and you happen to be near it, I'd like to do that. I'd like to buy like a huge piece of land, not in the middle of a city, but like on the outskirts of a city, where it's like close enough to be close to food, but far enough out to not like cause infrastructure problems for the city, and just have the field. And it would have to be mowed, so that would be an expense to keep it mowed, and just kind of stay in a tent, and whoever wanted to come like camp out, just have like an indefinite camp out. Just be like, yeah, we keep that field mowed. You'd have to clean up, like, I guess, yeah, if you tried to like start building something like your own, if you started to try to build like weapons. Oh man, I don't know what I'm saying. 44 minutes, okay. I didn't sleep last night. I've been, my sleep schedule's been, you know, with my legs and stuff, I have a lot of like 24-hour, 30-hour, 36-hour day/nights, and then where I sleep either a long time or I'll still not get enough sleep, and then wake up, if I'm up like 36 hours, and then I'm up, realized, wait a second, no, the microphone's on this side. I was like, has my hand been over the microphone this whole time? But yeah, sometimes I'll be up like 36 hours and then I'll sleep, and it's like I'll only sleep 8 when I needed to sleep like 17. Then I'll wake up and I'll just still be tired. And then I'm like, man. But overall, I'm thankful to be alive. I guess I'll wrap this up. I guess the sun is going down anyways. Man, this is good exercise, actually, holding my arm up like this. I'm incredibly weak physically. I was joking with my brother the other night. I was saying, not something I would really do, but just it's a funny idea. Like, if I started another channel and had like a green screen background and like sat up really straight, you know, I don't know, or like even if I was actually like laying on my back, I don't know how I would do it. But it's like if I tried to present myself as some kind of like fitness, like self-defense, like tough guy, like, you know, one of those guys on YouTube who's all about like, man, don't take nothing from no one, man. If someone challenges you, if a man looks you in the eyes for too long, it's on. But then have it kind of like gradually over time, have it be this scandal when people realize I'm actually extremely disabled and just laying in my bed with my little messed up legs. It would be, I feel like it would be pretty funny. It would be like a, I don't know. Because there was that one guy, there was that some live streamer like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago who had been telling people he was in a wheelchair and that he was like paralyzed from the waist down or something. And he had all these supporters and they were all like on his side. And then one day he just got up, he just like absent-mindedly stood up. It's like he had been lying the whole time about it. He had been lying the whole time about it, and he got too comfortable and just stood up, and like, and his girlfriend was there, and like they go into panic mode, and they're like, and but I don't know. I guess I feel like it would. It's not something I would do, right? Because it would be a lie. I don't want to be a liar, but it's a funny idea though of like if. Building up, like really hustling and building up a following as some kind of like tough guy YouTuber. and then people find out that I'm actually laying in a bed. I can't even hardly get out of my bed. Oh man, okay. Well, I'm very thankful to be alive. Man, it is nice out. Look at that lamppost, dude. I just love how it's like, look at this. It's like this big, wide open yard. There's a fireplace. And then there's just like lampposts. I'll have to turn it on. I have to turn it on at some point. I gotta get back up the steps. I'm not promising to, but yeah, maybe sometime when it gets dark, I'll turn it on and try to show you guys. I mean, it doesn't have to be a 48-minute, 49-second video. I could just do it real quick. Man, the tree fell down outside my window. Because I had the tree in Arizona that grew in the backyard. And I was like, man, I love this tree. There was a hummingbird that lived, it was like that was part of his zone, and I knew his chirp. I would hear him chirping and buzzing around. I knew his specific chirp. I hope he's still okay. They can live like 10, I think they can live like 10 or 15 years. I hope he's still okay. I hope he's still coming around to that bush. But yeah, then I moved all the way across the country. And the house my brothers are living in, the room I'm on is on the second floor, and and you can see the tree actually in the one little short video that I made. you can see, because I was by the window and you can see the tree. And I loved that tree too. I was so attached to it because it was like sitting on the second floor, hardly ever coming outside. But then with the bed right next to the window and like a straight up tree. And there was always squirrels and birds. It was like this little, felt like being up in a tree. It's like I'm inside laying in my bed and then got the screen open and there's like squirrels and birds and leaves and like this. And then one night it just fell over. Like it wasn't even storming that bad or anything. It wasn't like, it just like fell over and I was like, what? But that's okay. That's okay. I'm very thankful to have had the time that I did with both trees. And I'm glad the first one's still there. As of April, I checked it on the Google Maps and the satellites. All right, 50 minutes. That's about, I think that's about as long as I've made. That's like up there with one of my longer videos, but it's been almost 2 years, so. And, oh, there's lightning bugs. Wait, hold on. Where was it? Oh. All right, yeah, I'm pretty much done. I might just film the lightning bugs for a minute. Man, listen to that. Listen to that outdoor. The audio of that, man. I love it. I really like that was something that we did not have in Arizona, was that the crickets and cicadas. Oh, there's supposed to be a big like generational, the cicadas, they come out like every 17 years and there's like, what is it? It's like 3 or 4 different like generations and they come out like every like, what is it, 13 or 15 years or something. Because I remember when I was 3 years old, 3 or 4, picking the little shells off the trees and I was collecting them and collecting all the cicada shells. And then at some point when I was like a teenager, I remember being like, man, how have I never seen the cicada shells? I liked collecting those when I was a kid. And that's, I guess I looked it up or something. It was like, oh, they only come out every 17 years. They're supposed to be in this area. Hold on, why am I filming myself? Hold on. I saw one over there. Man, lightning bugs are amazing. It's like it's a showdown between well, I guess the lamppost would have to be on. Who will win? The lamppost, man-made artificial light, or the lightning bug? Oh. I feel like they're more to the right. Oh, what over here? Yep. Man, I don't know what I'm doing. I bet there's more over here. I wonder if they like open space. They probably like it. They probably like it better by the hedges. Oh, yeah. Of course, yeah, having a wider angle. But then they're further away, though. Yeah, like I said, I didn't sleep last night, so sorry if this is devolved. I know I don't have to apologize, but it turned into this. It's been a while since I sat outside with some lightning bugs. But yeah, like I said, this is kind of like, I can only sit up for so long before I kind of get to the limit. Oh, just one more. Oh, okay, hold on. That one happened right when I said it. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Let me see if I can get one zoomed in. I was trying to get one. Oh, yeah, okay. Right. Yep. Oh, there we go. Oh, he's popping off. There's a couple of them. Oh, wait. Oh. There we go. Got him. There he is. Oh, that's perfect too, because he's like lighting up against the darkest spot. See, look, it all worked out. This was the perfect way to end this video. Let me get the wider angle. Look, the lamppost is jealous. No, he's not. The lamppost he's secure. He's at peace with his shiny abilities. Man, this phone I got this phone in 2017. It still works great for everything I need it for. The only reason I'm tempted to get a new smartphone is for the camera. I'm really curious about like, I wonder if cameras are better in low light. But honestly, this is incredible, really, that that's still a pretty good image. I mean, it's not even that low light yet, but get that. Look at that. Wait, is this still zoomed in? Oh, okay, no, it's not. Yeah, I'm living in the city right now. My mom lives way out in the country. She lives about an hour from here. I'm planning on maybe trying to get a place close to her, because we're living in the city right now, but it would be nice to be a little more in the country. All right, I lost track of the lightning bugs, I guess. I kept thinking like one more. There's got to be. I'm like a gambling addict now with that. What? Let me get one more lightning bug. Did they all? I wonder if they went over here. All right, I gotta get one more. Come on, dude. How did they all just stop? Oh, there we go. There we go. There he is. Got him. There he is. All right. Where'd he go? All right, yeah, I got him. That was a good one. That was a good one to end on. That was like, he lit up pretty consistently to where I could actually track him. But anyways, all right. Oh. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get set up, because I'm gonna try to get set up better. I'd like to try to do some live streaming where I could just, and I don't mean live streaming like where I'm like playing a game or watching videos or reacting to it. Like if I do, I'm not, you know, making any promises, but if I do the live streaming, I really just want to sit there and just talk to whoever wants to talk about whatever. Like, it's, the idea is that just to hang out, just to be there with whoever is there. Like, not to be, oh, I'm the one doing stuff and then people will watch and then they're the ones watching. I just want to talk to people in a real way. So I've got the camera and mic. I could do it. I'm just living with my younger brothers right now, so I wouldn't want to be like, we're all my room's right next to my other brothers, so I wouldn't want to like be keeping it. We're all of our sleep schedules are off. So but we'll see how it goes. Thank you guys all for everything, for reaching out and talking to me, and I'm gonna try to keep up with whoever wants to interact. Try not to be another almost 2 years before my next video. Okay, all right, I'll really end it now. Oh man, it does feel good not to have any. It's nice not to have any specific pressure, you know, to be some, I don't know. I mean, I really respect, because I watch other YouTubers who do editing and like they put so much work into it, and they deserve every cent. I mean, that's a full-time job. I just can't even imagine. It's nice though. It's nice to be able to just hang out and just be like, yep. And just be accepted. just a guy with messed up legs filming lightning bugs. That's what could I become the top YouTuber? Yep, lightning bugs. The new trend. The new trend. Now that it's this dark, I bet they show up real nice. Alright, one more. Let me get one more. Oh. Boom. There we go. All right, I can end it. Sorry. that felt like that. Oh man, now I'm missing it. There's a code. There's a code in the flashes. The national treasure. Oh, hold on. Big one over here. Oh yeah, there we go. All right. Oh yeah, okay. All right, I'm gonna end this because this is gonna go on forever if I don't stop. Those were oh yeah, there we go. All right.